All right. So welcome once again, everyone. Today, let's quickly discuss about the good strategy for anybody whoever is preparing for interviews, right? Whenever you say you are preparing for interview, what are the things that we should be aware, or what are the things you should keep in mind whenever we talk about interviews first point of view, right? There are people who are completing their courses, or somebody who has already done, let's say, so maybe that was my previous class notes. Okay. So whenever you talk about interview preparation, a lot of times we get nervous. The first thing it comes to mind is a nervous. Okay. So you need to work out on this kind of things as well. Whenever you feel like a nervous, you need to work out how to come out of your nervousness. First thing. Okay. How can you come out of your nervousness? First thing, because people are not confident enough about the concept, what we are going to talk, or whatever we learned so far, how can I explain it? Will I be able to explain to the panel correctly or not? What if I go somewhere wrong? What do they think? All these things comes into picture, right? Don't think about all these kind of points. So you just straight away sit in front of an interviewer whenever you go for an interview and feel confident. Now think that you are going to run the show because you are the person who is going to sell your skills to the interviewer and make your profile stronger. You make your profile stronger, tell them why you are a good fit for that position. How do you do that? Forget about what kind of questions they are going to ask and forget about whether you will be able to answer it or not. If you think about that point always, you will not be able to give your best. Though you prepared well and you know a lot of concepts and you can't give your best. For that, what you need to do is if you are relaxed and you feel like uh, you are just discussing with one of your friend, then it will be easy for you to handle that interviews. Majority of the time, what happens? We are prepared well, or you are not prepared well. You feel like, "Arey yaar, I don't know whether I can crack it or not." And also, most important thing, remember, this is not the only interview you are going to give it. This is not the only company which is going to give you the job. There are a lot of companies on that. You are going to face a lot of other interviews as well. All you need to make sure is just keep trying it. Don't uh, give up once you start preparing for interviews. You might find some hiccups. You might fail couple of interviews. That is still okay. You don't need to worry about it. It's a quite common thing. It happens for majority of the people. Many people will fail for the first time, second time, third time, but certainly you can succeed when you put your consistent effort. Consistency again is the key. If there is no consistency in your preparation, in your practice, and your way that you are attempting, nobody can succeed. Not only you, not anybody, right? For me or anybody for that matter, you consider any successful people in the world without having consistency in their routine, they cannot succeed. They cannot take the things to the next levels. At this moment, they might be very successful. After some time, you can't even see them. You can relate this, the simple example, with your real world example also. Whatever the fame you might have seen some time ago, you may not see such people now as active, or we don't even talk about those people as actively. We might quote their name as an example, but we can't take their name as a first example because they are not consistently performing at it. They are not consistently doing what they did and how they earned that name. Okay. Keep that in your mind always and start your preparation. Now, let's say that whenever you are preparing here, we are talking about the first thing. What are the things that you need to always do it? First thing, you need to understand interviewer expectation first thing. How do you understand interviewer expectation? As an expert panel, I would say that whenever I take an interviews, what I had seen with the people, majority of the people may come with a nice resume, and some people are prepared well. Some people I have seen, they don't even know for which interview they are attending for. So they have seen an advertisement somewhere, either through email or somehow they were busy with many things. Somehow they were managed to get a resume printout. They got a resume and they just walk in. If it is a face-to-face interview, they walk into the office and they are attending interview. Whenever I'm trying to ask, it looks like something I'm asking some foreign language or some foreign subject. They don't understand what I'm asking. It happened with a couple of candidates. And why this happens is particularly people are underprepared or they never looked into a proper job description, what exactly we are looking for. Whenever I advertise for my some of the positions, I will clearly mention what am I expecting from a candidate. For that, you also have access to all the job description. Whenever you join or whenever you are about to attend any interviews, you will receive your interview call letters either through email or a phone or a whatever the method, and where your preparation should start with. You know what are the things to be prepared, right? Now you know your job description. When you look into your job description, you should be aware what are the things that you need to prepare. First thing, look for the key things what they are expecting. They are expecting a candidate should be good at certain things. Those areas good to have, must have. If you are okay certain things, I think people still asking me about the session. Okay, sorry. All right. I think uh, can someone share the class link that you received on your email in our SAP Learning Hub and also on the other channels wherever you guys are in. So maybe other people are struggling to join. So that's okay to share. You guys can go ahead and share the link. Let them join now. Okay. The first thing what you need to check is, so you see the first thing in your job description, make sure those points that you are aware. You are clearly aware about what are the points that they are asking for, what kind of expectation they have it. Based on that, you are going to uh, prepare first thing, whatever they are asking for. Make sure you look into the JD. At times, JD might look very high level or too many expectations they have it. Okay. In that case, what happens whenever you have this kind of situation, whenever you see a lot of points has been mentioned on a JD and you are not sure whether you can really give an interview or not, but still somebody motivated you or yourself is really convinced, I wanted to give a try for an interview. I wanted to experience how it is going to be. In that case, still don't go blind. Don't go blindly attend the interview. Okay. So what happens whenever you blindly go for such interviews, yourself will lose the confidence to handle that situation. Now to handle that easily, at least though it is for your first interview, still you are underprepared. How can you still will be able to handle for some time is what we need to understand. Now, whenever you look into JD, first list out the areas which you are really good at first thing. Already you might have been practicing certain things where you already know various things, how to handle it. Those things, what you can do is you first need to be confident on those areas. Whenever you are going with your resume, try to alter your resume now to bring those points to the top. From the job description, you see 10 different points they're asking. Everybody is aware about how to check for a JD, right? If I go to any job portal, I can easily see that. Maybe if possible, I can bring that. So let's say maybe I'll try to quickly get into one of the job portal. This is how you see the email also in our job portal. So let me talk to this way. So let's say that, uh, let me bring that here. One second. Let's say whenever you talk about Naukri portal, this is the first thing that you do it. So whenever you go to job portals like this, so what you can see, maybe you can search for your, I think I have not yet logged in, so it is asking for all this, but still you can search for it. Let's say Naukri, SAP, FICO roles or jobs. Whenever you search for this, Let's get into any one of the job description. All I need is FICO consultant, for example. When you open this or when you receive an email, you find the something as a must. Okay. So it says must be hands-on in SAP FICO, either a functional consultant or a technical consultant. Both shall be suitable. So this is what they're expecting. In this case, what you need to make sure is you need to know what are the things that you need to be aware. If I look into this job description, educational qualification, also they're asking for MBA or ICWA, but don't worry much about this for now. Let's say the responsibility. Looking into this, next point it says process governance and integration. Something completely new. I don't know what this is. I have never heard about this. And when I go to next one, for example, responsible for definition of optimizing BGSW FICO process. This is also look something completely new. When you start looking into these responsibilities one by one and try to make a note of it, how many of those areas you can easily talk? How many areas you are already comfortable? So those you've been practicing it, maybe let me jump into other uh, role, maybe other one. When I go with this, I can relate some of the points at least. So here it says knowledge of SAP FICO module, functionality and business processes, authority on the integration of business process to SAP master data, integration between the various SAP modules like your FIA, FISD to subscribing the system. Let's say provide guidance to the business on appropriate use of SAP system. How to use SAP system? You should be in a position to guide your business users. That's what they're expecting. Do you think, do I have this level of knowledge? At least can I manage to some extent? Let's say by looking into this point with my current level of preparation, I can manage this only 10%. I don't know 90% of this. Maybe make this note a certain like a points or some percentage how much you are comfortable with. Let's say at this moment I'm comfortable with only 10%. If it is a 10%, you bring this from the bottom 10%. Maybe you need to bring other topics to the top. Don't bring this topic as a top on your resume. On your resume, first point should not be this. Maybe you once you prepare a resume, don't go with that standard resume. Don't apply with the same resume again and again for all the jobs. Your resume might be the same, but I would strongly recommend you to bring the points to the top of your resume. Those matches with this. Maybe not exactly in the same order, but in your resume, at the top points in any project, it should be whatever the areas that they are expecting. If you are able to say that majority of them, then it's a high chances that your resume will get filtered to the next level. The first thing majority of the people what they miss is, so whatever you are preparing, you might be missing that. So how to prepare or why you are missing is one of the things that we need to understand. So while you are preparing for interview, make sure your resume really matches with the job description. That is what it happens whenever you are attending, because we are not aware why I'm not able to crack this. Okay. So first thing, you prepare your resume nice way that you can easily, handle the interview. For you to handle easily, first thing what you need to make sure, you prepare your resume such a way that the majority of the job description points that we see here, they are matching on my resume. That is the first indication which will tell you whether you are really prepared well or whether you will be able to handle it or not. If there is an some opportunity, you can also crack it or not. Okay. So that's where it starts with. First thing, you make sure you give your full attempt or a full attention on resume preparation. Once you prepare your resume, don't mark that as a final resume. That final resume is a final as a template only. Keep that as a template only. Whenever you have that as template only, which what do you mean by template? Whenever you need to make any changes, this template will help you. Make your template as a base. From the base, you are going to make the remaining changes whatever you require, right? Now let's say that you prepared your resume, you have your template resume ready, and next time when you go to job portals, you might scan through this. You see a lot of job openings, might be this XYZ company interests you a lot. Or by looking into this number of years also, that is what your area of interest. When I see this, for example, I don't want to go for 9 to 14 years. I might be interested in applying for let's say something like 5 to 7 years or something like less than that. Let's say 4 to 9 years. It looks like immediate joiner. Anyway, I'm also immediate joiner. Let me give a try. Or 5 to 10 years looks very high. Or let me go with something. There is some filter options also. When I go with the 0 to 3 years. Sorry, I think that was different filter, I believe. Okay, sorry if I'm clicked on something. Anyway, you can filter with various things by number of years or with the CTC, whatever is your expectation. Let's say at this moment, I could see some jobs with, I think these are like a low package ones, not the number of years. Maybe I clicked on a wrong filter. I think 0 to 3 lakhs. This is just, I misunderstood that the years. Sorry. So let me go with the other one where you can filter with the respective things. Let's say, for example, anything that you like it. For example, I wanted to apply for IBM only or Wipro. You can go for this directly and it will filter all the jobs in that organization, what they are providing it. Let's say that is giving administrator L1 role. When I go with this administrator L1, so what exactly they are asking? Here it is asking something completely different. It is not at all related to my SAP. Let me come back, not to waste the time. Here, what I'm going to do, the next thing is, let me go back with a different roles rather than this one. Maybe I'm not going with a particular company filter. I'll just go with one sample. Let's say one of the reputed organizations, maybe let's say Wipro, for example. Ignore about this number of years and the package. And let me go with this role. Here, it is asking for, I think we looked into this, the same thing already. Okay. I think let me go with a different one. Now you have your template resume ready. From the template resume, what you need to do? Whenever you look for the next time any job or you are trying to apply for this, let's say for Infosys, I wanted to apply for this SAP FICO R2R solution architect. This is architect level. Though it is architect level, it looks a very high for us as an entry level, but let me avoid that very high level. Let's say anything with a entry level, let's say 4 to 7 is a kind of entry level again. When I go with this, let's say key responsibilities, implement and configure SAP FICO modules like GL, AP, AR, asset accounting, cost center accounting, profit center accounting, internal order. This is all we learn it. Whenever you learn from anywhere, this is the basic things we will learn it, which is part of your FICO module training. Whenever you learn this, this is not the only thing that they need. This is just one point that they need. Remember this point and make sure you will be able to uh, just a second, yes, just a second. Okay, all right. So whenever you look into this, this is a basic thing, very basic thing that we will be looking for it. Whenever you know these basic things, what you need to make sure the other things, you also should be aware how to modify your, what do you say, the next interview whenever you wanted to attend. If you want to attend for this, don't use your template resume and don't click on this apply, register to apply or a link to apply button, right? If you apply with your template, may not get even shortlist. Why do you don't get the next level interview calls? Is the another reason why you don't get. Okay, first make sure you have your resume prepared very well and it has been reviewed by one of the experts. It can be your mentor or it can be your senior or one of your best friend, best friend in the sense the person whoever is working as a consultant already. At least they should be aware about few basic things. Don't ask any random people because they are your childhood friend, right? That is not going to help. What you need to make sure is you need to have that resume which is prepared in a nice way, which can be at least shortlisted to the next level. Majority of the things, majority of the times, what happens, our resume don't even get shortlisted to the next level. Why? There are many candidates who are applying for it. your recruiters don't even get a time to look into all the resumes, right? You might also heard about ATS. Anybody heard about something called ATS? Anybody aware about ATS term? Or you might also got a call from job portal stating that we will prepare ATS friendly resume. Anybody heard about the term ATS? Nobody heard about the term? Okay, in case you haven't heard it, I think take this uh, very serious. So, which means all the HRs they will use ATS software to filter out our resumes. They don't literally look into our resumes manually one by one. Okay, trust me, they don't have so much of time to review all our resumes because for every single post you might see that lot of people whoever is applied for it there are a lot of uh, there are a lot of resumes they receive it. Whenever they receive a lot of resumes, it is difficult for them to manage it, right? What they will do, they'll use this ATS software. From the ATS software, if you upload all the profiles or they integrate that with job portal from their login ID, it will filter out certain resumes. How does it filter? It will try to look the keywords, whatever has been mentioned in the JD, whether this keywords matches in our resume or not. Now, what you need to make sure, you don't need to spend few hundreds or a thousands with a third party tools or with a somebody to prepare your resume. All you need is look into this key responsibilities, what they're asking for, and see whether your resume matches with the key things. When I say key things, it's not exactly you put only the terms. If they are expecting something, they need uh, you to have that skill. Make sure you have that. Okay. So whenever you see this, I mean, sorry, whenever you wanted to apply for this, whenever you see next time the job description, you should update your resume first thing to match with job description. Only then you apply for it. If you don't have the time, I would recommend don't even go for it. Or you simply apply and wait for a call. If you get a call, you are lucky. Otherwise, don't even worry about it. And if you are keep thinking why I'm not getting calls, that's the first symbol or the first trigger for you to remember something wrong with my resume. Because wherever you are applying for, that person don't know who you are. Without looking into resume, they don't even know, right? First thing, you want to give that impression to the HR. At least there is a one candidate in the market available for my interview. Let's say in today's session, you see 15 people so far. There is no surprise. Whenever there is an opening, all 15 of us will apply for the same job. Now, how does HR can take only two candidates that they need for the project? What is the thing they will follow now? We need to make sure we our resume at least is better than someone else. That's what we need to see. Okay. Now, how do we do that? So first you need to make sure, one second, sorry. First we need to make sure our resume will stand at the top in their filtering criteria. How does filtration happens? The first filtration happens by ATS. By ATS is it's a system, it's a kind of an AI system which will use various algorithms and filter with various key terms. It will look into all these key terms and will filter automatically. Now, what you need to make sure, you need to prepare your nice resume. Don't simply use your template resume. Keep your template resume aside as a reference and you update your another version for this one. Okay. To match with, let's say, it says gather business requirement and translate them into SAP FICO solutions. It is asking for person should have business requirement gathering experience and you should be able to translate them into a business process and configure them. This is what they are looking for. Though you know this, all the sub process configuration doesn't mean that you are good at this, but still they are asking this. When you know all this, why do they want to ask all this information again? Why do you think all this they are asking? By default, if you're a course, if it is covering all this, then why do you need to know all these things? I don't know. Maybe from wherever you trained, whether you understood or not the remaining points, what are the other things that we should be aware apart from the configuration? Majority of the people might see only the configuration. If you are learning only the configuration of this, not all these points that we see here, that is where you will start facing various challenges. Okay. Now look into this. Whenever it says gather business requirement and translate them into SAP FICO solutions, they are expecting you to know this, how to gather a business requirement. What are the things involved? And in your resume, if you have that expertise or you worked in your previous project, and assume that all of us are applying for the first time, you never worked in any project, you need to know certain things about this particular concept. What exactly business requirement means? As a consultant, what is my responsibility to gather this information, right? So then accordingly, you need to prepare it. Then you update in your resume what is your expertise or what are the things that you know, that what are the things that you know about this point. Update that exactly, right? So then it will be easy for you to talk when they ask any relevant questions, right? So that's where interviewer also will understand whether you are really a good fit or not by looking into your resume. First instance might look good. Let's say everybody resume looks very nice, but whenever we see that, whenever they ask for certain questions, then people will understand whether you are really a good fit or not. You need to give that confidence that people uh, can easily take your profile to the further, right? That is where the people will understand whether we can spend some more time to interview this candidate or not. Otherwise, that gives them a uh, uh, feeling that they can easily make out by looking into our resume first thing, and after asking couple of questions, they can easily make out whether you are really good fit or not. Okay, so make sure your resume is not just a template like I discussed. It has to be a proper resume according to the job description that we are looking into it. Okay, so we'll talk about this more in upcoming sessions as well. We have one of our expert panel, which I introduced you earlier, right? As an expert panel who will be helping us, all of you, how to handle interviews and how to tackle interviews, or what is the strategy that you're supposed to follow. He will share in his own experience. The panel member, one of the panel members, who is also working consultant, come the trainer, is going to share some inputs with us. I would like to welcome Mr. Kashi, one of our panel member here, to share his valuable experiences and guidance with for to help all the participants today. So welcome, Kashi. So the stage is over for you.
Thanks, KNR. Good morning, friends. Am I audible?
Good morning, Kashi. Yes, Kashi. We are audible.
Yeah, thanks for confirming. Like, I will take more 45 minutes to 1 hour to discuss on interviews. We'll go a little bit very basic stuff. A few things we all may know, but it's very important to understand as well. Okay. KNR, like, you can stop recording this session.
Okay. So it was really nice having you, Kashi, to share your practical experience, what you have faced during your preparation, and as a panel member, what you have seen with the candidates. And I'm sure all the participants today, whoever is here, they got really insightful information, which way to start at least their interview preparation journey. And it is not the only session which you are going to complete all your preparation. It's just a beginning session, which we are going to launch a lot of free sessions for most of the participants who are looking for this. Please watch out for our upcoming sessions as well, where we are going to share a lot of insights from various industry experts. Like today, we had a Kashi from one of the interview panel member. Tomorrow, we might have a different mentors, where we will be introducing those mentors. Certainly, you need a mentors who can guide you to track your success or to your preparation where you are exactly going on. You need to make sure you need such mentors as well. I would request you to find such a mentor. It can be your friend, your colleague, or your brother, or it can be anybody, but the person should be knowledgeable enough to guide you and tell you to assess where you are exactly currently standing and what you are exactly doing it. Otherwise, they might also give you the wrong direction. Make sure you have that right people in your network to guide you in a right direction. Okay. So for that, in case you need a help from our side, so there will be certain paid services which will be available. You can feel free to reach out to us at any time. We are going to help you with the complete project trainings and also the interview preparation strategy, how you can go for it, where we will also provide a complete end-to-end trainings of it if somebody is looking for it. So from the scratch, the person who don't know anything, the basics about SAP or accounting, from there you will become a content consultant. That's our commitment to make you train in this. Now, for you to know what are the things, right? How do you prepare for your next interview? Consider whether you train from us or somewhere else, you still can follow this, the next steps of it. Draft your strategy the way how you wanted to land into your job. Kashi shared his experience already. Maybe he has taken some example, somebody how they transition their career from somewhere to as a consultant to a good salary and a good position. And you also need to have such a strategy. What is my strategy and how many days I need to spend for this interview? By when I need to get into job? What kind of company? You decide all that. You draft your strategy and prepare as per your strategy. Step by step, prepare and track your monitor your progress. You need to monitor that progress and don't go wrong in monitoring the progress. Don't yourself say that, okay, I'm good, I'm not good. Don't take it in your own words. You need to have certain data there. You compare with the data and see that if you are able to complete certain things, only then you can say certain percentage you completed. Out of that, let's say 20% of preparation you completed. As on today, you're supposed to complete 25%, but you are at 20%, which is a bad job. Don't say that 20% is still a good, but still you should have that strategy. What should be my strategy? I should cover 25% by so and so date and time. Only then I could say I am good, right? That's how we need to plan for it. Prepare that strategy. Your strategy should have timelines, smart goals. Smart goals, keep your smart goals in your strategy. I spoken about smart goals earlier in one of the sessions. It should be a specific and measurable and time bound minimum. And other things we can talk about it. If you have that, you can monitor the progress as per that, which will help you, which is very important for you guys to know. Okay. Choose your mentor who can help you to monitor and see and guide you wherever you are going wrong until you land in your dream job. That's what you need to practice it and have this strategy. We will come up with a more interview sessions, which is free for everybody, and you can register. It will be available only for the registered participants. Whenever we send out that nominations, I would request you to register so that you can enjoy the sessions. Otherwise, don't expect we will share the link to join. We will not be able to manage it because we are already providing this at a free of cost, because there are a lot of people who are charging for all this kind of support as well, but I don't want to do that. So considering the community support, we are providing all this at free of cost. For that, with a token of uh, respect, I would request you to register if you are interested. And we will not be able to manage to give a lot of follow-ups and share these links and everything to join the classes. Okay. If you register, you get all the instructions how to join and everything. And make sure you join at least 1 or 2 minutes prior to the schedule time. In case you find any challenge, at least we can sort it out early. Okay. So that's quick for today, and see you all again in the next session. I think all of you found it helpful. Feel free to leave your feedback once you receive an email to drop a testimonials. Once you drop a testimonials, we will also share a lot of other valuable content on the same emails that you have registered. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today, and see you all in another session. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.